Hello everybody on YouTube and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and NFL fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts about Week 9 and my picks for Week 10 of the 2020 NFL season. Check it out. First off, I want to send my condolences out to all the people who watch Jeopardy, the host from Alex Trebek. I want to send my condolences out to Alex Trebek, who recently passed away from pancreatic cancer, who had a 2-year battle of it. So send my condolences out to him, his family, and the Jeopardy fan base. People are Jeopardy fans all over the world. And he was a big sports fanatic like us. Like, he was big on football and basketball and stuff like that. So send my condolences out to him and his family and all the Jeopardy fan base. And pancreatic cancer is a really tough cancer, and so it's a really tough. But all I could say is he fought it beautifully. He fought as hard as he could, and he never gave up. He gave us hope for everybody about that. So send my condolences out to Alex Trebek and all of his family, friends, and everyone in the Jeopardy community. So send my condolences out to him on that. So Jeopardy's not going to be the same without Alex Trebek, and no way. And I grew up with him when I was a kid. I used to watch it growing up. You know, he was a really entertaining guy to watch. Really was. I couldn't talk, but he inspired hope the way I looked at it. So send my condolences out to Alex Trebek in his recent passing. And not only that, not only his condolences, and Sean Connery as well, the original Bond. So I send my condolences out to him too, who he passed recently. We don't know how he happened to him. And send my thoughts and prayers out to Sean Connery and his family and friends, and the Bond community too. So send my condolences out to both of them too. So, anyways, my thoughts about Week 9. Really tough week, especially on the over and under. So straight up, I went 7-6. Pretty good strategy on that. And against the spread, I went 6-6 overall, and over and under 5-6-2. It leads me overall over the year straight up 76, 54-1 against the spread, 6-6. I mean, 69-54 in 3 overall, and over and under 61, 62, and 11. We got to get the over and under straight out really well. And that's all I can say about that. But what happened last week, Green Bay and San Francisco, it just goes to show you that San Francisco's had injury problems, like I've been saying. Atlanta didn't choke against Denver, so finally on that one and Buffalo and Seattle, you know, I gotta say about that, if it wasn't really, I think for Seattle's case, I think if they were the home dog, they probably would have won the game. And Tennessee and Chicago, well, Tennessee, it goes to show that Chicago has a quarterback problem in Mitch Trubisky. That's pretty much to say about that one. The Colts in Baltimore, I gotta say in this, I think I should have overconfident myself on Phillip Rivers. As I would say, Phillip Rivers is still Phillip Rivers. So, in the Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers, well, and that was my only sweep I got for all 3 of them in this one, so that was really good on that. Patrick Mahomes had a good game, you know. Sammy Watkins, I believe he got hurt, so I think that was a really bummer on that one. In Detroit and Minnesota, Minnesota came out to play. That's pretty much simple as that. In the Washington football team and the New York Giants had a better day. That's pretty much I can say about that one. Houston and Jacksonville, all I could tell you is this, though. Houston shows they just have a really bad football team. So does Jacksonville. It was like a toilet bowl game. And the Vegas Raiders and the LA Chargers. Oh, I'm sorry, that was another sweep I got. I completed all 3 of them in this one. No, that was, like I said, it was the upset pick of the week I got, and I got that one right. In Pittsburgh and Dallas, I kind of expected the Pittsburgh to come out as this, but I thought they would get they win by 9 in that one. So, yeah, that was tough, so I can't say anything. In Arizona and Miami, it just goes to show you that Tua is really good. I think he's going to have a great career, I think that's what's going to like a spot him out on that. But, hey, what can you say? Tampa Bay and New Orleans, which I think is the shocks of all shocks on this one. I would say that would be probably one of the biggest shockers of the year. That the Saints and Tampa Bay, and Drew Brees looked to show to Tom Brady, like, this is my division. I still run the NFC South. I think that was a message that he was trying to say to Tom Brady. And Tom Brady, all the weapons he got, he still got a beat down in that. Kind of remind me of Peyton Manning when he's at the end of his career. So, I don't know. I'm not saying Tom Brady's bad. I'm not saying that. But I think he usually has a bounce back game. But I think we'll see on that one. And my Patriots in the Monday Night Football. Well, I'll say this. Oh, I'm sorry. I went 5-7. So I'm sorry. I take that back for against the spread. So actually I did this wrong. I'm 68-55 over 0-3. So I'm sorry about that one. I checked that one wrong. So I do apologize. Oh no, I got it right. I'm sorry. I marked it right. So anyways, it was the over and under that I got right. I got that one correctly on that one because Patriots were winning all game and they just bounced back and won the game. Well, of course, it's the New York Jets, though. What do you expect? But I expected it to be a tough game on that one. I really did. But I always just thought that was going to be a push game. But that ended up the Jets covering the spread. They beat it out. So that's pretty much I'd say about that one. But all I could say was a great game to watch on Monday night. It was a back-and-forth game. Cam Newton came out strong. Jacoby Jones. Jacoby Jones is going to be really good someday. I think he's going to be one of the top stars in the league. I think you got to look out for him in the next upcoming years. He's replacing N'Keal Harry very well, which is N'Keal Harry is just not having a good year. He's still having a concussion protocol. Julian Edelman's still out with an injury. So I think we're a little banged up on defense, but Jacoby Jones is the one. And I think is the only one stepping up for us. So I think he's doing pretty well for us. So I think he's going to be doing pretty well. You could watch him be a big elite one day. Because I'm on that one. So, anyways, that's how I feel about my thoughts about this week. I think this is really good. But if you would have told me that the Jets would have came back, would have choked the game on the last field goal, I would have laughed my ass off. I would have thought it'd be a touchdown difference. But hey, who knows? But anyways, let's get on with my thoughts, shall we? Get my picks in. Let's get on the go on now. Let's kick things off on the Thursday night game. Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to say this. I think this is Phillip Rivers is still Phillip Rivers. He's going to choke when it matters the most. I'm taking Tennessee and Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans on this game. On the line, though, Tennessee's favored by 1 in this game. And it's in Indianapolis, by the way. I'm going to take Tennessee minus 1.5. Over and under. It's 50.5. I'm going over 50.5. Cleveland and Houston. Okay, I feel like Houston's going to the wrong direction on this case scenario. And Cleveland's going to the upper direction by slowly. I don't know what's Cleveland. I have no idea. Baker Mayfield just what feels like playing when he wants to play. So, anyways, and he still has more commercials than wins still, just for the record. But, not this case scenario. So, I think Cleveland's going to beat Houston in this case scenario. Because Houston is just really bad. It's really bad. So, I'm going to take Cleveland over Houston. On the line, though, Cleveland is favored by 3 in this game. Cleveland's home. I'm going to take Cleveland minus 3. Over and under is 54. I'm going under 54.5. Detroit and Washington football team. Now, this is a game that is a coin flip for me. So, either one can side. But I'm really happy for Alex Smith, though. I feel like he's really underappreciated to me in my book. I always thought he could make a great coach one day once his playing days are done. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Thoughts on that one? I always thought he was really smart with the football. He could run the ball if he needs to run it. Knows when to throw it. He knows when to throw it away. He knows when to take a sack. He's very underappreciated on that one. So, I think once his playing days are over, I could see him as a coach one day. I don't think he's done yet. But once he's done, I think he's going to be a head coach one. Not a head coach. I could start on the bottom with the quarterback coach and get offensive coordinator and work his way up to the coaching ranks, I think. Yeah, write your thoughts down there. What do you guys think of that one? So, I'll probably get back to you if I can. Anyways, what I'm saying to this one, I think Detroit's going to win this game, but I think it's going to be very close. So, I'll tell you why. So, I'm going to take Detroit at Detroit against the Washington football team. On the line, though, Detroit's favored by 3.5 in this game. I think there's way too many points. I think Washington football team can keep this really close. Either that, I think this could be a push game, I think, if I had to guess that one. So, I'm going to take Washington plus 3.5. Over and under, it's 46.5. I'm going over 46.5. Green Bay and Jacksonville. All right. Jacksonville is just, no matter who's at quarterback, Jinder Mishu or anyone, they're just not going to win any much ball games this year. Just give up hope for this year, Jacksonville. Green Bay's going to have your number all day. And it's in Green Bay. Good luck to you. So I'm taking Green Bay over Jacksonville on this game. On the line, though, I'll give you credit for this, Jacksonville. Green Bay's favored by 14 in this game. I think that's way too many points. I think their defense is underappreciated, despite the fact they keep it close really well. So I'm going to take Jacksonville plus 14. Over and under is 54.5. I'm going to go under 54.5. Philadelphia and the New York Giants. A classic rivalry is going to be in there right now. And it's in New York, so it's going to be really good. And I think this is going to be a back and forth game, but I think this is a game. If the Eagles are going to win, this is it. I'm giving an upset in this one. I'm taking Philadelphia over the New York Giants. On the line, though, the Giants are favored by 3.5 in this game. I think Philadelphia's going to... I don't know why the Giants are favored, because they're really banged up on injuries. I don't really see why. So I'm taking Philadelphia plus 3.5. Over and under is 41. I'm going over 41. All right, let's take a look, shall we? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. And like I said, a bad game for Tampa Bay and Tom Brady on Monday night. Bruce Arians yelling him out. So I think that's going to fire up Tom Brady. So I think he's going to take it out on Carolina. I've been watching Brady for a very long time. Usually when he does stuff like that and gets pounded or something, he bounces back for another great game. Just remember that game against Kansas City, and they put in Jimmy Garoppolo in there. Then that was the famous quote from Bill Belichick, "We're on to Cincinnati," and that's what Tom Brady came out with being Tom Brady again. I think this we're going to see the same scenario when he's with Tampa in Tampa Bay against Carolina in this case scenario. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay over Carolina in this game. On the line, though, Tampa Bay's favored by 6 in this game. I'm taking Tampa Bay minus 6, despite the fact in Carolina. Over and under, it's 47. I'm going over 47. The Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Now, in this case scenario, in this one, I think the Vegas Raiders, I think, are very underappreciated. I think they're gonna show, like, okay, what about us? What about us? But, it's Denver. So it's a rivalry game. So I think it's gonna be a closer game on this one. I think they're gonna pull it off too. So I'm gonna take Vegas over Denver. On the line, though, Vegas is favored by 4.5. I'm taking Vegas minus 4.5. Over and under, it's 51. I'm going under 51. Miami and the Los Angeles Chargers. Look, I think I think he's gonna have a great career. I think Miami made a good pick on that, but we'll wait and see. But they're facing Justin Herbert and the Chargers. I think Justin Herbert, is going to be the quarterback for the future for the Chargers. It looks like it that way. So even though it's in Miami, so I don't really trust the Chargers on the road. So I'm going to take Miami over the LA Chargers. On the line, though, Miami's favored by 2.5 in this game. I'm taking Miami minus 2.5. Over and under, it's 49. I'm going under 49. Arizona and Buffalo. I was debating back and forth on this game, to be honest with you, and stuff like that, I feel like defensively, Buffalo is not the best, but they're not the worst either. But and Justin Allen on off and the quarterback in there, he's doing pretty well in Buffalo on the offensive side. So I think it's going to be a shootout in this game. I really do believe it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to come down. It's going to be a very close over and under on this one. But I'm going to make a gutsy on that one. So, anyways, despite what I said, I'm going to pull off the upset in this one. I'm going to take Arizona over Buffalo in Arizona. On the line, though. No, actually, that's not an upset. I'm sorry. I was thinking the wrong one. I'm sorry. But it's not really an upset. I think if I would have picked Buffalo, it would have been upset. I'm sorry. But I'm taking Arizona over Buffalo in Arizona. On the line, though, Arizona's favored by 1.5 in this game. I'm taking Arizona minus 1.5. Over and under, it's 52. I'm making a gutsy move on this one. I think it's going to be an offensive shootout. So I think I'm going to go under 52.5. Seattle and LA Rams. Now, this is a divisional game. It's in LA, so I think this is going to be a really, really tough one. So I think this is going to be really tough. Even though Seattle, they're not the best when it comes to on road games, but I think this one they're going to pull this one out because Seattle, I think they want to say, look, we have Russell Wilson for a reason. Here's why. He's our MVP. Here's why. So I think this is the case scenario that Russell Wilson will make his MVP case right here. So I got an upset in this one. I'm taking Seattle over Arizona. On the line, though, not Arizona, LA Rams. Sorry, blooper. I'm going to take the upset is Seattle over LA Rams in LA. On the line now, LA Rams are favored by 1.5 points in this game. I'm taking Seattle plus 1.5. Over and under, it's 55. I'm going over 55 on this one. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. This is a really, really tough one to debate on this one. But I think for Cincinnati case, they're a young football team. They're gonna work their way up in the rankings, just like the Ravens did with Lamar Jackson. I think they're gonna work their way up, and I think that's what Cincinnati is doing. So I'm gonna take Pittsburgh over Cincinnati on this one, even though I got hopes for for Cincinnati, but not yet. But on the line though, Pittsburgh is favored by 8 in this game. I'm taking Cincinnati plus 8 because it's a division game. They know each other well. They play each other tough. So that's why I'm going to take that. So over and under it's 48 and going over 48.5. The New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers in New Orleans. This is another game that San Francisco needs to, what are we doing here? So anyways, I think this is a game I'm going to look at. It's like, okay, Drew Brees is going to have another game, a great game like he did against the Bucs. So but all that said and done, I'm going to take the Saints in New Orleans against the San Francisco 49ers. On the line now, the New Orleans Saints are favored by 9 in this game. I'm taking the Saints minus 9. Over and under is 53. I'm going under 53 on this one. Baltimore and Sunday Night Football. Baltimore at my Patriots. Look, Jacoby Myers, I think he's going to be a big lead star. But Cam Newton needs to know our offensive system when he learned from Tom Brady. That's all I can tell you. And like I mentioned, we're banged up on the side. N'Keal Harry with the concussion protocol. And I think Julie Edelman with the knee injury he had. And we have a lot of guys out on COVID, which I think the Ravens have I think they have the second most in the COVID situation on that one for the Ravens, but I'm not sure. I got to check on that one later. But if anyone get information first, let me know. So who is the second most? I know the Patriots have the most opt-outs, but I think Baltimore's second, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyways, I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure on that one, but anyways, John Harbaugh knows the Patriots. He knows how to play the Patriots well. It's going to be a long day for us. So I'm taking I hate to do this, Patriots guys. I'm a Patriots lover. Don't get me wrong. Still a Patriots fan. But I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens over the New England Patriots because of all the protocols, all the injuries we've gone through. I don't think there's any way we're going to beat Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh on this one. Not with our injuries we got. So I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens over my New England Patriots. On the line, though, the Ravens are 7 in this game. I'm taking the Ravens minus 7. Over and under is 41. I'm going over 41. All right, from Monday Night Football game, the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. I'll say this, though. In this case scenario, this is a battle between two divisions. I just gotta say, Chicago has a quarterback problem. That's pretty much I can tell you on that one. It's pretty much all I'm gonna say in this case scenario. But for the record, on his 9th try, Kirk Cousins, I believe he's gonna win this game. Finally, a Monday Night Football game in his belt. So I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings over the Chicago Bears in Minnesota on Monday Night Football, which I think it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, anyways, I forget who's the home crowd in this one. So I'll take a look later. So I'm going to take Minnesota over the Chicago Bears on this one. On the line now, Minnesota is favored by 2.5 in this game. I'm taking Minnesota minus 2.5. Over and under, it's 45.5. I'm going under 45.5. Hey, that's my picks of the week. Hope you enjoyed it. Shout-outs this week. It's my good friends, Luca Rosa and my good friend, the Blind Canadian Cat. I have a special reason for that. The Blind Canadian Cat is birthdays today. I'm going to wish him a happy birthday. And Luca Rosa just celebrated a birthday Monday. So I'm going to say happy birthday to the both of them. So wish them both happy birthday. So if you get to see them on the NFL YouTube prognosticator page, wish them a happy birthday too, because their birthday's in the same week. So happy birthday to you both on that one. And those are my shoutouts for the week. Until then, this is Andrew Warren signing out, saying stay healthy, stay safe, wear a mask, rock out.